here today at the Department of Social Services talking with Ben Jones and Emily Voldal. Glad to have you all here today.
Thank you.
We're going to be talking about a special month that's coming up, Kinship Foster Care Month. And so Emily, start us off. Tell us what that is and how it differs from traditional foster care.
Sure. Kinship foster care is used when relatives or fictive kin, meaning teachers, coaches, or a family friend, become an approved Roanoke County DSS foster parent in order for that child to go and live with them. This offers from traditional foster parenting because kinship foster care is child-specific, but traditional foster parents don't know the child before they come to live with them.
Okay, so a little bit of difference there. And Ben, why is Roanoke County considered a state of Virginia pioneer in kinship foster care?
Sure. We were, as far as I know, the first agency in the state of Virginia to designate a specific professional to do just kinship foster care training, assessment, and program development. And that's Emily right here. We're very lucky to have her. In 2014, we created the new position out of an existing position, and Emily became our recruiter and trainer for all of our kinship foster placements. And that is people that kids have already known, like grandmother or even their best friend's parents can work with a child already in foster care to get them in a home that they're familiar with so that they can achieve permanency while also having that connection to their past.
Okay, so you have a very important role here in social services,
Yes.
certainly. Great. And is it true that the apple never falls far from the tree when it comes to families in our community?
Definitely not, but this is a common stigma in this area. Over the years, we have definitely learned that these family members oftentimes don't have the same struggles that the caretaker who the child was removed from might have.
Okay. And why is it that kinship foster care is considered a best practice for children and families involved?
Sure. There's several reasons. Obviously, on the surface, it is better to live with someone that you know than with a stranger if you can be safe. That philosophy kind of guides our kinship practice. When a kid can't be with their family through abuse or neglect, it is oftentimes possible for someone who is not part of that abuse and neglect, but already part of that child's life can come forward, or we can find them and ask them if they'd like to become a foster parent. It's the same process and training as a foster parent in the state of Virginia, but it looks different because they already know the child. And oftentimes these are folks who didn't have a desire to be a foster parent before, but they had a desire to take care of this kid that they've been connected to. It is really kind of, it should make sense, it's elementary, but if you can live with your grandmother and be safe while your parents are working through trouble, or you can live with your best friend's parents or your godparent, even while your family is working on some major issues, you're going to have a better experience. We find that kids' placements are more stable. We find that they are, the kids' cases are less long in some cases, and oftentimes a child can achieve permanency in that family while getting the best of both worlds. If their mother and father aren't able to remedy the reasons they came into care within a certain period of time, it might be that they can become permanently part of this kinship family that is already connected to their existing family. So the kid ends up with more family and not less after working with DSS.
It's a good connection with their loved ones, sure.
Yes, ma'am.
And what are the requirements to become a kinship foster parent?
As Ben mentioned, they are the same as for a traditional foster parent. So questionnaires, physicals, home safety checks, of course background checks, DMV checks. In this process, we usually take about 2 to 3 months.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you next. How long does it take to complete? So it's a couple of months.
Usually 2 to 3 months. There's a little bit more flexibility, and one thing that's really nice about kinship care is that I'm able to work with these families one-on-one for the training, so we can cover some really case-specific needs.
Sure.
There is a significant training component, but it's individualized for kinship families because we already know the child they're working with.
So what does kinship care look like with Child Protective Services?
Certainly. Whenever CPS is involved with a family and there are significant safety risks, the first place CPS looks to achieve safety is with that family support system. It may be a grandparent, might be an aunt or uncle, might be a really close neighbor. CPS often looks for existing connections to be part of those safety plans so that children can, again, remain in their community while safety and risk are managed with their family of origin. Also, when a child is at risk of coming into foster care, CPS casts a very wide net trying to identify anyone in that child's network that could keep that child out of foster care and work with the family under a safety plan or sometimes even a court order. Those connections sometimes come over to foster care if a child can't go with a kinship diversion placement that we call it, but that same kinship person might become a foster parent for that child with the additional training and supports we offer. And so the situation that would have been tentative and the CPS side might have been more stable on the foster care side, but it would look the same to the child, which is the most important thing.
Multiple layers involved.
Yes, ma'am.
And if a local family wanted to learn more about becoming a traditional foster parent or a kinship foster parent, where do they need to go for more information?
Certainly. They can come to me, Ben Jones, at Roanoke County DSS, 540-283-8844. I think my email is probably going to be on the screen as I say this, so bsjones@roanokecountyva.gov. They can talk to me about either becoming a traditional foster parent because we have a significant need, or if they know that there's a child in foster care that they want to work with or just learn about what that might look like to be their foster parent, they can also reach out to me and I'll make sure they get the right connection.
Sure, okay, that's really important. There's always a need for these foster parents here across the Roanoke Valley, so certainly encourage anybody who's just thinking about it to reach out and find out more.
Absolutely, and happy Kinship Care Month.
There you go. Great. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. Hello, I'm Amy Whitaker, Public Information Officer for Roanoke County, and joining me today is Roanoke County Police Chief Howard Hall.
Hi, Amy.
Hello, and then we have Superintendent for Roanoke County Public Schools, Dr. Ken Nicely.
Good afternoon.
And then we have Chuck Lineberger, who is also with Roanoke County Public Schools and a sister program with Roanoke County Today, Accent Excellence. So thank you all for being with us today. Yes. So recently there's been some discussion. A partnership was developed to share an important message in not just the community, but also with our students and parents here in the county, and it's all about gun safety. So we wanted to talk a little bit about that. Locked on gun safety is a term that we have been using, and it's about safe firearms storage. So Chief, start us off by talking about what that program is, why it came about.
Sure. Well, we know that many of our citizens lawfully own firearms and keep them in their homes or their businesses. But unfortunately, sometimes those firearms get into the wrong hands.
Right.
That can happen a couple of ways. One, by somebody stealing them. And unfortunately, in 2018, we had 28 firearms stolen in Roanoke County out of vehicles. Many of those vehicles were unlocked. Another bad thing that can happen is an unauthorized person gets access to a firearms, and unfortunately sometimes it's a young person, and then tragic accidents can result. And from time to time we've experienced those in Roanoke County as well. So we thought that sending a message about proper and responsible firearm safety and storage was a good thing to do so that we can prevent these things from happening. And the fact that school was just getting started again gave us the opportunity to work with the school system to get that message out to the broad audience of our students and their parents.
Right. And Dr. Nicely, I know there's always been a good partnership between the school system and the police department. Talk about what that relationship is like and what makes this kind of campaign possible.
Well, really last year we had an initiative that we wanted to push forward where we're just kind of getting the word out. We had a family safety pledge that we wanted to get out into the hands of our parents. And we approached Chief Hall, some of the other local law enforcement and public safety officials, and said, hey, this is not just a school issue, this is a community issue because we all care about our children in Roanoke County. Is this something that we could do jointly to issue in partnership and to get the word out about the importance of locking up not only firearms, but medications and other things that could be dangerous to children. And so I really appreciate the partnership that we have and just the cooperation we have to say, we're all in this together to care about the children in our community.
Right.
And Chief Hall, there's the involvement here with schools though is not just inside the classroom. It really gets beyond the police department. You're participating in some after school activities as well. Kind of share some of those things.
Right. So we've got our officers scheduled to visit an event at every school in the county, whether that be a back to school night or another appropriate event that's coming up in the next weeks or couple months, to present a very brief sort of quick tips on firearm safety, where we're asking people to make sure that if they have a firearm in the home, that is properly secured, either with some type of gun lock or in a safe or gun storage cabinet, so that no one that's unauthorized can get to it, and to keep their ammunition separate from their gun, also secured. So there's two parts to this, and we're saying to our students that if you see a firearm, then the first thing to do is go find an adult and let them know. So we hope to get that message into every school and to as many students and parents as we can.
And Dr. Lysley, we've talked before about our see something, hear something, say something. This campaign, specifically dealing with gun safety, really kind of dovetails right into a larger safety message that we're really trying to get students to understand.
Well, it really does, because at the end of the day, whether it's in the school setting, each person that's there is part of that school community, and so we have to look out for one another in terms of making sure we maintain a safe environment that also extends beyond the walls of our school, into homes and places where children are. The message still applies that if children see something that's of concern, that could be a potential danger, they really need to get the assistance of an adult.
Great. And there's just a lot going on too. I know there's a parent advisory council that you all have started, I believe, and there's a task force where the police department's involved as well. And so you all are doing a lot to spread this message and other messages, right?
Absolutely. Our safety task force is something that Chief Hall has co-chaired along with the school system for a number of years, and it's really led to lots of important safety measures and improvements in our school system. And our new safety advisory committee really appreciates all of the parents and teachers and other staff who participate in that. Chief Hall attends those, and we really appreciate him kind of going above and beyond and being a part of those efforts as well, and just maintaining good communication and keeping the ideas flowing about how we can continuously improve.
Right. It's all about keeping the children safe.
Right. We are constantly looking for new and different ways to improve the safety of the students, faculty, staff, and parents, and everybody that's in and out of our schools every day.
And there are school resource officers. I know
Right.
the Sheriff's Department provides deputies in some of the elementary schools as well, and that's a really important partnership too. Correct? You've got officers there every day.
Right. In the secondary schools and middle and high schools, we have officers assigned there full time. The two sheriff's deputies rotate amongst the elementary schools. The patrol contingents of our police department, as well as the Minton Police Department, the fire marshal staff from Fire and Rescue, from time to time a state trooper, also make checks of our schools during the day to keep some visibility there and help people feel a little safer.
Right. So there's some good measures in place to
Absolutely.
help.
And, as part of these gun safety programs, Ken, we've had incidents, and unfortunate incidents, where students have been able to get access to weapons, and some unfortunate things have happened. And beyond just what happened to the student themselves, so these kind of things often have ripple effects that go throughout the school and throughout the community, don't they?
Well, it affects everyone. It affects because we all, of course, as adults, as educators, we care about our students, and so we care about their safety and well-being. But peers and friends, everyone close to situations like that, they're all affected. And so, of course, we provide the support we need to in those situations. But the bottom line with this effort is try to be proactive and prevent these situations from happening to begin with.
And Chief, it's very simple. It is literally, if you have a weapon, just take those few extra steps to make those weapons safe.
Right. So our Constitution provides us with the right to bear arms, but with rights come responsibilities. In this case, the responsibility of a firearms owner is to safely secure that and keep it away from people that shouldn't have access to it. And as Dr. Nicely just said, it's about prevention. If we can prevent a firearm from getting into someone's hands who shouldn't have it, rather that be a criminal who might use it to commit another crime and victimize others, or a young person, who might, accidentally and mistakenly, just out of curiosity, pick it up, pull the trigger, and and have a tragedy occur, then we're ahead.
And again, it's also keeping those weapons out of the hands of people who might have not so great designs for them.
Right, absolutely. So we're preventing, crime and future crimes on the one hand, and preventing the gun owner themselves from being victimized by losing their property. And then on the other hand, trying to prevent tragic accidents from occurring when folks who aren't trying to do anything wrong happen upon a firearm and an accident occurs.
Okay. Well, there's certainly a lot of good things going on in the schools, good partnership here, and again, it's all about keeping our students safe, and there's a good relationship there, certainly. Right. So, well, thank you all for talking a little bit about this campaign, and we hope to get an update after a little while to see how things have gone.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
My name is Brian Klingenpeel, and I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator for Roanoke County Fire and Rescue. The theme for Fire Prevention Month this year is "Not Every Hero Wears a Cape. Plan and practice your escape." And it seeks to educate everyone about the small but important steps that you can take to keep you and your family safe. How do you define a hero? Is it someone who does courageous things, or is it someone who comes to the aid of someone else even at their own personal risk? Well, a hero can be all of those things, but a hero can also be someone who takes some very simple steps to keep them and their family safe from fire. Maybe when it comes to fire safety, you are already a hero in your community or in your household. Or maybe, if you're not, you are inspired to become one. Either way, you can take that first step, and that is to make a home fire escape plan. Having a home fire escape plan and practicing that plan ensures that everyone in your household knows what to do when there is a fire and can get out quickly and safely. Homes today burn faster than ever before. When the smoke alarm sounds, you may have only 2 minutes to get out safe. And when the smoke alarm sounds is not the time to be making your home fire escape plan. So let's talk about some of the things that you should do to make your home fire escape plan. One of the first things is you should map out your house or draw out your plan. You need to know at least 2 ways out of every room in your house. Smoke alarms are an important piece of the fire escape plan. They should be marked on your map. You should have them near the bedrooms, and they should be tested to make sure they work. The smoke alarm is your early warning device. Have a meeting place outside where everyone will meet back up after they have evacuated. You do not want to make the tragic mistake of going back inside for someone who may already be out. Once you're outside and you're at that family meeting place, then is the time to call 911 from your cell phone or maybe from a neighbor's phone. Then, once you've done all that, you need to practice your plan with every member of your household at least twice a year. Remember, not every hero wears a cape, so plan and practice your escape. If you would like more information about these fire safety tips or any others, you can find us on the web at roanokecountyva.gov/fire-rescue, or you can call me directly at 777-8718.
I'm talking today with Roanoke County's Economic Development Director, Jill Loop. Jill, thanks for talking with me today.
Thank you, Amy.
You know, there's a lot of success that's been seen in Roanoke County over, say, the last 5 years. And so talk a little bit today about what economic development looks like in Roanoke County.
So we've been doing a lot of work lately in redeveloping properties, primarily in key commercial corridors, and this includes both public and private sector investments. And over the last 5 years, we've had about $290 million worth of investment in these redevelopment projects, and about 2,100 new jobs created over the last 5 years. So it's been a pretty exciting time in Roanoke County.
Absolutely. Well, there's so much here to offer. Families move here for various reasons, and the business community certainly finds a lot of asset here. And as you mentioned, a lot of the redevelopment projects and repurposing spaces is a big thing. So talk a little bit about those.
So we've had a number of projects that primarily have been public facilities, but let's talk about the town of Vinton in particular.
Right.
So we've had 4 public properties get redeveloped and repositioned in the marketplace in the last 5 years. We've sold the public library for the town of Vinton. Most of them have been occurring in the town of Vinton, but that's about $30 million worth of new investments in the downtown. So we've redeveloped the former Vinton Library into the McAdoo's Restaurant, and the Roland D. Cook building was redeveloped into market rate apartments, and soon to be announced is the Billy Bird apartment development with 82 new apartments that are coming into the marketplace. So all of that is contributing to a revitalized downtown area and new commercial interest in the town of Vinton.
Right. Lots of successes there, certainly.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
And talk about some of the current projects that are underway. I know there's some in the 419 Town Center area and the Oak Grove plan too.
So we've had a lot of investment in planning for our future success. Roanoke County continues to participate in infrastructure investments. When you talk about broadband as an example, we have built 25 miles of new fiber access in key commercial corridors, and now we have 80 miles throughout the Roanoke Valley. So that's really positioning the community for the future. That's for residents and for businesses, because people expect that when they want to move here, that they have access to high-speed and affordable broadband. So we're making those investments. We're also investing in Explorer Park. We've put in over $5 million into infrastructure there to create a quality destination for the community where people and visitors who come here hopefully will want to live here and create new business opportunities. And also the key commercial corridor projects that we've been focusing on with our Reimagine plans include the 419 plan, the Hollins area plan, and the Oak Grove plan. Each of those are key to our future success, and we have to create a vision for where we want to go in the community and our economic development efforts. So the Board of Supervisors just adopted the 419 plan, and we'll begin implementation strategies on that in the future. With the Oak Grove plan, we recently announced the Metis Plaza grand opening. That's a new multi-tenant building that was formerly the Allstate building in the 419 corridor, so we're very excited about that new investment. And also with the 419 corridor, we just announced the VFP grand opening in the former Cox Communications building. So a lot of activity in all of our key commercial corridors, and that's been a priority for us.
And talk about what's been going on in the Hollins area.
So we're also doing the Reimagine plan for Hollins, and there's been a lot of investment there as well with the Plantation Road Transportation Enhancement Project. The county has been working on that for many years, and we finally held the grand opening last year of really creating new pedestrian amenities to serve the businesses along that corridor and the residents in the area. This is the highest concentration of employment anywhere in Roanoke County, so our businesses wanted pedestrian accommodations so that they could get to service restaurants and businesses along the Plantation Road corridor. We've also attracted the new True by Hilton Hotel, which was the first Hilton brand to enter the marketplace for the True brand, and that was about a $9 million investment that opened last year. And the reopening and rebranding of Gander Outdoors has been very exciting for us, so we're happy to see all of this commercial activity taking place.
That's wonderful. I know Woodhaven Technology Park has also been a lot of activity going on out there in the Hollins area.
Yeah, so the Woodhaven Technology Park is a multi-jurisdictional investment in the future for industrial property. We've got about 109 acres there, and we jointly own that with Roanoke City, the City of Salem, and are preparing that property for future development. So we're putting in infrastructure, new access road, we're expanding gas lines into the property and water and sewer. So stay tuned for that, but we'll be marketing that over the next year for new investment opportunities, and hopefully there'll be high profile projects at a gateway entrance into the Roanoke area.
Great, yeah, and that's been a good regional project as well, the other jurisdictions.
Right, right. So, and the other thing is with public properties, we have sold so many in the last several years. With the 419 library, we sold that as well, and with the redevelopment projects, we've generated new revenues to the county in over $3 million of new investment and net new revenues to the county. So that's been really exciting for us as well. There's a lot going on. We're planning for the future, and we're making investments.
Great, and the number of jobs coming to the area too with all of these investments is great.
Yes, so again, over the last 5 years, 2,100 new jobs created off of all of these investments, and over $290 million in the county of new investments. So we hope that trend will continue.
Right. A lot of reason for people and businesses to come to Roanoke County. Now, if people are interested in Roanoke County and what there is to offer, and a business is looking to relocate here, talk about where they can find more information.
Sure, so they can go to our website at yesroanoke.com. That's the county's economic development site, or they can call our office at 772-2069.
Okay, great. Well, I'm sure many people will be trying to find out more information about what's going on here in Roanoke County, so thanks for talking with me today.
Thank you, Amy.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Wendy Schultz, Tourism and Event Manager for Roanoke County and Parks, Rec, and Tourism, and I'm here to let everybody know about the most amazing light display that we're going to be putting on in conjunction and partnership with Center in the Square. We have joined forces to bring the community and the surrounding area the most incredible light show the region has ever seen. 500,000 lights will be here at Explore Park beginning November 29th through the 1st of January on select evenings. We're running for 26 days. So everyone will have an opportunity to come out and enjoy the sights, the sounds, and the magic of the night. We're going to be putting together a trail, and on that trail, a walking trail, you will be able to see adventure, you will be able to see fantasy, you will be able to see Christmas traditions. It's just going to be wonderful. But in addition to that, we will have other activities for folks to enjoy. Over here in the Taubman, the Arthur Taubman Center, will be Santa's Workshop. Variety of activities going on for kids of all ages, but of course Santa will be there on select nights. We also have craft activities for the kids. We're also going to be having a workshop where children can come in without their parents and buy gifts for their loved ones and friends. All kinds of activities going on there as well. We will have marshmallow roasting. Down below in Riverside Village, we will be having carriage rides on select nights, so you can come and enjoy beautiful carriage rides throughout the night. In addition to that, we will have food vendors. A variety of food vendors will be here each evening, so you can come out and enjoy the smells as well as the sounds of Christmas. It's going to be just such an incredible evening. We've also put together special nights. On special nights, we will have group discounts. We will have appreciation nights for military and first responders and teachers and social workers. Everyone will be able to come and enjoy. It's a true family experience for the holiday season. Another unique and wonderful aspect to Illuminights, our winter walk of lights at Explore Park, is going to be our artisan Christmas market. We had one last year, we'll be bringing it back this year. It will be open every night from November 29th through January 1. There will be well over 40 artisans who will have their amazing works of art here for sale to the public. It's a great place to do your Christmas shopping, to pick up a one-of-a-kind, unique item for that very special someone. There is everything you can imagine here for Christmas at our very own Christmas shop at Explore Park.